All right, you guys. Well, Heidi and I were just having an amazing conversation about it's really never too late to start taking control of your health. However,
Yeah.
Heidi, what did you say? It's better.
If you start earlier, it's kind of like, like you had mentioned the accountant. It's better if you start saving now because then you have a big bank account at the end. But it's never too late to start saving. It's never
It's,
too late to start making a good impact on your health. And it's worth that every penny, right?
it's worth that every penny. It is so interesting because often we want to try to plan for retirement. So we're thinking, okay, for 20 years or 30 years, what do we need to do? So in that time period, we'll have the money that we want to live the life we want financially. But we're not even be able to live that life financially if we don't do the exact same thing for our health.
Exactly. And not live that life financially, but enjoy that life. We have that financial to enjoy that life, but the enjoyment comes from the investment in your health, the actions you do now to keep you mobile, to keep you thinking, to keep you moving, engaged, and things like that.
Yes, and it's one of those things that because you have to hire a financial planner, maybe you take it seriously. You don't have to hire a health coach, fitness trainer, nutritionist. But I would have to say, if you want to plan it out so that if you could imagine, well, when I hit this age, call whatever that age could be 60, 70, 80, whatever. What do you want to feel like? What do you want to experience? What do you want to be able to do? How do you want to move? Like if you could just close your eyes for a second and envision you, your future self, right, in 20 years from now, then ask yourself, well, in order to have that, to get there, then what do I need to do? What's my backwards roadmap to
Right.
achieve that?
Yeah.
And it really just starts at any age, but really it's to make a decision, right?
Yeah. Make that decision and then take the first step. You would do it for anything you want to accomplish. Run a marathon, paint, art, work on your art, be great at writing. You have to do the do to be great at what it is, to get to that success point or that success lever. And we never know really where that lever is, but you just got to keep moving the stone, rolling that stone, because you don't know when the goal's right behind it, right?
You don't know. And what was so fascinating is I just had an opportunity that I've been with a lot of people that I've known for years, and they're all of similar age to me. But my mom has been with us, and my mom has known a lot of these people. And they all were like, oh my gosh, your mom is so cute. She's so vivacious. She has so much energy. I can't believe how great she is, right? And she's 79. And I don't know if she really wants me publicly telling everybody, but I'm really confident telling my age. So if they know my age, they know her age. Like it's no surprising, right? I always tell people like, why do you not people like people can figure it out? I mean, people can just Google you today and find your age. Like, does it really matter?
Right? Does it matter? It only matters in here, right? And in
In
your heart and in
here.
your mind, right?
And so I was talking about it because they're like, well, how is she doing all this? And I said, oh, yeah, she's still great. She's in like 2 bunco groups. She plays golf 3 days a week. She gardens. She does all like she's up sweeping and brooming, getting ready for going to throw a party in a couple of days. She's cleaning on her hands and knees, scrubbing. And I realized, about 15 years ago when my dad died, I had really said, Mom, listen, I'm the one here to take care of you. Let's stack the odds in your success to do what you want to do now in your age of retirement and be able to play with your grandchildren and experience life. So we had to start making some changes. In the beginning, she wasn't very like, that's just she wasn't happy, but she thought, I really have to do this stuff. Like, yeah, kind of. If you want that life, you kind of need to do this thing.
Yeah.
And we've bartered on a few things now and then. But in general, starting to understand why gut health was important, why taking her, brain health was important. What are things that she can do? Most of the things naturally. She takes very few pharmaceuticals. Sometimes you just have to. But it's the attitude of health. Like she's never wanted to have the attitude of old. And so I think that's really gone a long way with actually doing the do. And really the two things, right, are movement, nutrition, and community. Her golf community, her bunco community. She has like the friends. That's huge.
Yeah, it's huge. I'm going to throw in there sleep. Because when we look at the research across the board for mood health, heart health, I mean, you name it, like gut health, sleep is profound. And the studies show that when there's lack of sleep, these sort of disease processes or inflammatory states increase exponentially. And so I just had to throw the sleep in there because it makes that big of a difference. And I love the story about your mom. You know, you had to negotiate it first. But then my guess is once she starts feeling better, it's less of a, oh, I have to eat like that my rest of my life. Yeah. But look at how you feel. Feel how you feel. I think this is the key, is that we forget how poorly we felt once we start feeling better. And it's that awareness of, wait, I'm really doing good here. I'm really feeling well. I wake up energized. I keep up with my friends, etc.
It is really the truth. And you have to compare yourself to like, what's the other person, the average person that age look like, or what are they doing right now? Not so great, you know, a lot of the times. But, you know, what's really interesting is so many people, and I'm just going to use the generality of the 50s, okay? Because it's a big transition for people. If their kids are kind of gone, they're just maybe starting to have health issues, this area. But if people don't have a significant health issue, only because I was, again, around a lot of people, I was in our conversation. I mean, I'm just curious, right? Because people go, wow, Kelly, you look great, blah, blah, blah. What are you doing? So then I ask, oh, what are you doing? Is if they don't have anything significant, they're not that interested in changing.
Right.
And it's like, wait, we're at 50, meaning we're in this prime area of our 20-year projection out of all these things. And for some people, maybe you've already in this 10-year window. What have you been doing the last 10 years? You know, obviously it's our whole life, but specifically, but they just don't see the need to really make better health choices today. A few people are like, oh, what do you do for this? What do you do for that? And are interested. Or if they have an issue, and I had some friends that their families are dealing with some significant stuff, so they're really looking and wanting to know. And I just say, why would you wait to not feel well or have a significant issue before you want to do the work?
Right. Yeah. Don't wait for it to get broke. You know, they're going to use it. Well, if it ain't broke, I'm not going to fix it. The problem is that 10-year window, that 10 to 20-year window of disease process that's going on behind the scenes. And if we wait till it actually shows up, we're 10 to 20 years behind the 8 ball. We're behind being able to do something. And there isn't a pill for an ill out there. There's not a supplement for an ill out there. There's nothing there that's going to come in and swoop up and save you. It takes progressive work, you know, little changes in lifestyle, and just kind of really focusing on some of those key things, movement, sleep, etc., to really to have that health show up and blossom later on and keep quiet any processes that are brewing that 10 to 20 years before.
So let me ask you this, Heidi.
Don't wait till it's broke.
No, definitely don't wait till it's broke. If somebody says, okay, all right, I want to start, but we know that if they make all these changes at once, it won't happen. They'll fail too much, right? So they need to take these very small incremental changes, then layer them and add them in. So if you took somebody that said, Heidi, just tell me where to start, what would you give like step 1, 2, or 3 of how to have somebody that is ready to start taking control of their health? What would maybe you say, what could that, obviously knowing people's data is important to help us make those decisions. But if we didn't know their data, we didn't know their blood work, their gut health, their DNA, and just in general, what would be the first couple steps you'd ask somebody to like take a look at, start tracking, or start changing?
Absolutely your food. What are you fueling your body with? If you fuel it with junk is the outcome, right? Headaches, pain, bloating, gas, All of these things are signs that your body, they're not inconveniences to you. They're signs that your body is trying to tell you something, that things, your microbiome is unbalanced, there isn't enough diversity. And so that's where I would start, is really starting to cut back on pre-made foods, boxed items, have more diverse microbiome. And that means just trying vegetables you don't normally have.
Or just getting a few more into your diet.
Just getting a few more into your diet, plenty of fibrous stuff, polyphenols, so the more colorful fruits and veggies that you can, and the different colors give you different things. And it's all about feeding the good bacteria in your gut. And that's what those fruits and veggies do, and those plants do. And resistant starches like potatoes, and everyone goes, oh, no, potatoes. Yeah, potatoes. Eat them cold, it's going to become a major resistant starch. It feeds all that good bacteria in there. And that's what we want, is we want abundance of good bacteria. So start with the food, start with making those small changes. Again, like you said, Kelly, the changes, we have to allow our body to acclimate to different things. I can't just, having never sprinted in my life, or saying, you know, someone who's never done that, go out and sprint. Even if I haven't done it in 5 years, I'm not going to just go from a 100-dash sprint. I'm going to hurt myself, right? So even that, even small changes make a big difference. And then the more changes you make, the more your body says, oh, this is the new normal. Okay, I'll take it. But you have to give it time to change, because oftentimes when we start dumping in veggies that we've never had before, we haven't even had a diet full of veggies, that alone could cause bloating and gas, because the body had the microbiome is like, whoa, 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 what are you doing in here? We have to acclimate, and it needs time to acclimate. So give it small dosages, start slow, do that, and then get moving. These two things alone, and get moving. You'll hear Kelly and I say this a million times, like 5 minutes a day, consistently every day, is going to give you much more benefit than an hour and a half, 2 times a week, right? Do some sort of exercise where you're using your body core, your strength, 5 minutes, wall squats, push-ups, jumping jacks, get your heart rate up, break a little bit of a sweat, 7 minutes, but 7 minutes, 5 minutes consistently, whatever you choose, do it consistently, and then increase the intensity, not the time. And you'll be shocked and amazed. You'll want to say, all right, I'm going to prove it wrong. I'm going to do this for 30 days. Just make it sort of a game with yourself, because it's all about mindset, isn't it? I'm going to do this for 2 weeks, see what happens. Give it 2 weeks. Even 2 weeks can make a difference in our body, a huge difference in our body and the perception of the world out here.
Yes. And you guys, with that, I mean, I have a lot of friends who are like, oh, but I walk every day, but I golf twice a week. And those are great, but the body does need a little bit of a challenge, a hard work, a stressor. So when Dr. Heidi is talking about getting your heart rate up, doing some wall squats, push-ups, it's make your body work a little bit. And if you only do the same thing over and over and over, you create an adaptation response in that it's still good for you, but the body needs a little change, a little tweak, a little switch. And so that's why adding just a little bit, I'm not telling you to go to the gym and lift weights for an hour. No, we're talking about just 5 minutes of a little bit of hard work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you're not moving your body at all, maybe it's just easy work.
Yeah. And if you have an injury, people oftentimes will come in and say, well, you know, my back hurts. Okay, but what about your arms and legs? Right? You can sit there, steady your back, and even just flex your muscles. Just envision I'm lifting a big rock. What would that feel like if you were doing that? And get your muscles to flex. That alone will make a difference. It's hard to believe, because we've been so, you know, you have to go to boot camp to get any kind of strength. But if you're sedentary, if you're injured, you're not getting the things from your muscles that actually help and repair all the damage and decrease inflammation. So just squeezing the muscle, just isometric stuff, would improve your health. So look past the I'm injured, look past some of the excuses and just find a way. What can you move? What can you tighten up? And commit yourself to that.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I love this. So let me just speak to this a little bit, because some people are like, well, I never really ate great. It's too late. I never really worked out. So it's, whatever, it doesn't matter. What the biggest thing that matters is your mindset to say, I can change. I want to change and I believe I can change. If you are like, I don't think I'm going to change, I'll try this diet stuff, but it's not for me. Like, if you talk that way so much, you'll literally think yourself into not feeling well eating this food, or maybe injuring yourself working out. So you have to have the mindset of, you know what? The body's this amazing vehicle. I've not been treating it great. I think if I treat it a little bit better, I can feel better.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that positivity and yes will be it's like the extra fairy dust on it that's going to make the magic happen.
Yeah, I love that fairy dust. Yeah, coat it with that fairy dust of mindset, of intention, belief. I think we talked about it maybe last podcast about they did the research on the tennis players and the difference between the top 5 tennis players and the ones below them. Although the ones below them are phenomenal tennis players, the difference was not strength, workout routine, better coaches, better racket. It was mindset. And they had to whittle it down. When this the study, it was the mindset, it was the belief that they could hit every ball every time, all the time. And it was that belief that separated the top 5 players with the rest of the unbelievably great players. So belief is everything, and believe you can do it and that it's going to make a difference. If we keep doing the something but have the negative background, it's probably not going to make a difference.
Yeah, it is profound. So you guys, again, don't wait. You can start anytime. It's never too late. Better to get started sooner than later, but you have to be in a place that you want to make the decision to decide with that positive mindset, and small changes with your food and small changes in your movement. That just in of itself, pick one month and maybe start the next another month. Again, we want you to be successful, and throughout all of it, keep sprinkling the fairy dust.
There you go. I love it.
All right, you guys. Well, if you need help with mindset, come hang out with Heidi and I. As you can see, we're always spreading the love and the joy and positivity. So we're always here to help. And we've got some amazing programs. We actually have one just coming up starting this month. We are so excited. So ladies, if you're out there looking for your concierge wellness for once and for all, trying to I'm tired of not feeling good. I'm tired of just looking all over. Nothing's in one place. Or I just don't have all of my doctors and coaches talking together. We've got everything put together for you, but we are starting soon. So please reach out to Dr. Heidi or myself if you're interested in being a part of a concierge wellness program. It's 6 months long for women, and we are going to have a ton of fun, and you're going to end up totally transforming your life and feeling like the best version of you've ever felt.
Yep. Join us.
Excellent. You guys join us. We will talk to you soon. And if we don't see you or hear you, we will be back with you next week.
All right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Be well.